Hey, welcome back to the Ultimate 10-Ball Championship. Got a real good loser side women's match coming up right now between Sara Miller and Jennifer. Why do we see Miller Baretta up there? We know that's not right. It's Jennifer Baretta. My name is Jay Helfer. Joining me is Denise Reeve from New Jersey. She was one of the participants in this tournament. Denise, unfortunately, got knocked out today, but she's going to join us up here in the commentary booth and help me out with this match.
I'll do my best.
They're lagging for the break. I'm not really that familiar with Sara Miller. Do you know much about her, Denise? Have you seen her play?
I've only seen her play once in Houston back in March. She's a pretty consistent player.
She won the leg. We're playing race to 7. This is a loser's bracket match. The loser will be eliminated from the tournament, and the winner will play back later tonight. There we go. There it is. Jennifer Baretta and Sara Miller. We had one too many Millers for a second there.
This should be a really good match. They're both pretty even. I know
Really?
Jennifer's been playing pretty good lately, but Sara definitely has the capability of beating her. So,
well, that's interesting. Then it's good. I'm glad to hear that because I'm very familiar with Jennifer's game. You know, she had worked her way up into the top 10, and then she quit for about 3 years, and she came back like a year or two ago,
yeah,
and began to play again, and here she is, back competing.
well, family first. She had a little boy.
Yeah, she told me he's 6 years old now.
Yeah, it's adorable. She plays at Amsterdam Billiards in New York City. I actually just saw her up there about a month ago. She's working with Hunter Lombardo.
Yeah, I see they're very friendly. Boy, this is a nice break. Look at this. 3 balls on the break. Can you tell, does she have to look at this 1 ball, or is the 3 in the way?
It looks like she might have to mini-masse, but it's hard from this angle. I can't really tell.
I like that break. She stopped the cue ball right in the middle. Well, she's shooting at it. She's shooting right at it. Not bad. She's got to get over to this left rail. That's the 4 ball over on the left side, near the side pocket. I think she needs a little draw stroke on this one. Well, she stopped it.
Well, it might be a little bit of nerves, too. Not that I know anything about nerves.
Is she kicking at this ball? Well, hard for us to tell right here. No, you know, it's kind of we don't have the best vantage point, and it looked to us like she couldn't see it, but she did. Boy, she shot that ball right in the pocket.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive so far, but can she complete the rack? That's the key. Got to be very careful here. We're playing fouls on all balls.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that's a perfect example, I think, as a newer player to the tour, how important your dress is. Because when you're playing all ball fouls, you don't realize you're leaning over a ball that you can touch. So sometimes people think that we wear tight clothing because we just want to look good. But a lot of times it really is considering not making a foul.
Well, you know, this is kind of a new innovation in American pool to play fouls on all balls. For years and years and years, both in men's and women's tournaments, we were playing cue ball fouls only. Internationally, I do a lot of tournaments in Asia and have worked in Europe as well. They've always played all ball fouls. And you probably know from being in New Jersey, when you play straight pool in a straight pool tournament, they play fouls on all balls.
Yes.
Wow, what happened there? She was rolling along so good.
Yeah.
That's nerves, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think sometimes you get to a point you just try to do too much. You have to accept, she may not have liked exactly where she was, but the 10's right in front of the pocket.
Yeah, she tried to play 2 perfect position. Good analysis there. And basically, by making that mistake, she gave the first game to Jennifer Baretta. Now, Jennifer's got years of experience at tournament pool. She's a seasoned player.
Yeah, she's great because she really, just in the last few months, I've started to spend more time with her. And one of the things that I'm working on is composure under pressure. And she's definitely a person that, because she's been in the limelight for so long and constantly has a lot of people watching her, she's a perfect person to ask, how do you maintain composure? And she really is good at blocking everything out. And you'll see, even though that 10 ball was a very easy shot, that she takes the same amount of time that she does it, whether it's an easy shot or a difficult shot.
Well, a lot of players will tell you sometimes it's the easy shots they miss.
Oh.
Because they lose their concentration.
Yeah, you take it for granted.
What we see happen often is that they're so focused on playing position they forget to make the ball.
Yeah. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jennifer's breaking. We're playing alternate breaks. It's a short race to 7. You know, I was kind of surprised. I figured if the men were racing to 10, the women would normally they'd race to maybe 2 less, like 8.
Yeah.
Because to me, 7 is a little bit of a short race because some of these women play so good.
Yeah, I thought 7 was short too.
Did anything go down? I don't think so. No balls down. Sara comes back to the table. I'm not sure if she has a window between the 5 and the 2 to see the 1. That's what she's looking at right now. If she does, she'll probably play safe, come off the top side of the 1 ball, try to get the cue ball down table behind this group of balls. Let's see if that's what she does. Yeah, exactly. Nothing wrong with playing an end rail to end rail safety.
No.
You've got a better point of view than me, a better vantage point. Can Jennifer see that 1 ball? Yes.
It's tight because if she can only see the outside, but the 9's peeking out behind the 5, so.
She can probably curve that cue ball a little bit. Oh, she's kicking at it.
Yeah, I think the 9's making it a little difficult for her.
She should be able to hit this ball. It's a fairly big ball being close to the rail like that. I think her angle is pretty good here. It looks good. Yeah, she made a nice hit on it. Now Sara's got to look at the 1. The 2 ball's in a difficult position, close by the 9 and the 5.
Well, she may be able to, if she pockets the 1, comes off the rail, she could bump the 2 out. But she has to be careful she doesn't hide herself behind the 5 and the 9. At least from where I'm looking.
Not an easy shot from that distance. Oh, she played safe all the way. I think it's going to work, too. That's a nice safety there. This one's not going to be so easy for Jennifer to hit. I'm not so sure she can do 1. Yeah, that's what she's looking at, 1 rail, but this is a tough one. She's got to be careful of the 2 ball. As a player, Denise, you know that it weighs on Sara's mind from the last rack where she ran all the balls and then she missed the ball before the 10 ball.
Yeah, it tends to make you a little bit more cautious. At least for me.
I think most players. Another good hit. Now, she didn't call that ball, so Sara could, theoretically, she could give the table back to Jennifer, but she's not going to do that with a shot at the 1. Bridging is a little difficult over the top of the 7, but everything's out in the open now.
Yeah.
She's got natural position for the 2 if she makes the 1. Just watch out for that 9.
Isn't that the way?
Always. Well, that's the only ball that
Try
you
to
get
control the speed and get right behind it.
That was hard for her to control, cueing over the top of the 7 like that.
Yeah. Now she could definitely jump this.
Well, She went for her jump cue.
And she has a good chance of making it and still getting shape on the 3 because the 3 wide open. So
Yeah, it looks like if she does make it, she'll have a shot on the 3. But anytime you're jumping a ball like this, it's no bargain. She hit it good.
yeah,
Almost made it. But she left it out in the open for Jennifer. And the 3 ball's down there close to the corner, too. Well, the angle Jennifer has, she's going to come back across the table, probably above the 10 ball. She's got to get past the 10. She's got to be able to shoot through that window between the 8 and the 10 after she makes the 2. I want to be careful about putting too much inside English on this ball. Well, she overcut it. She was trying to do a lot.
Yeah, she was thinking about it.
Well, she set that one up for Sara pretty good in front of the side pocket. Sarah's problem is that 9 ball.
Yeah.
She's got to go up table and come back down for the 3, and she must avoid the 9. Of course, maybe she's going to have to play position off the 9, but that's hard to do.
Yeah, she's.
In pool, you're constantly being tested.
Yeah.
The interesting thing I like to say is no 2 racks are ever alike.
No, but that's what makes you come back. To say, I've played a lot of sports in my life. Pool, you just never seem to be a master of it, and there's always somebody better than you, or somebody plays a little different. Their style's different.
And every rack is a new puzzle to unravel. Let's see what she comes up with here. Oh, look at this shot. What a beautiful
Wow.
shot that was. Oh, that was a beautiful shot. You're right. That was impressive. I think she's got enough angle to go 2 rails out of the corner for the 4. I mean, there's the 4 right in front of the side pocket. Just roll this ball forward.
Yeah.
Oh, she went rail first and missed the ball. She didn't hit far enough back on the rail.
It's another one where, I don't know, I know you want to be perfect, but sometimes you just have to accept that you're going to have a longer shot than you want.
That was not that difficult a rail first fall if you know where to hit on the rail. There's a way to measure that. I think Jennifer just did get there. I think she's going to have to go down to the end rail and back out to the middle of the table for the 5. This looks good. See, she thought it was going to be short, but these 2 tables, that cue ball rolls an extra foot or 2.
Yeah.
Actually turned out perfect. Just a soft draw over to the side.
Just the way she was looking at it, I think maybe she meant to line up for the side. I could be wrong with the face.
Yeah. Well, I think she thought it was going to fall short. So it was rolling real slow, but
It worked out.
you can tell Jennifer is a fitness buff.
Yes.
I mean,
And very into nutrition.
good for her.
She's got Hunter trying to eat better too. It makes a big difference. That's one thing for myself. In the last 6 months, I really stepped up my workout routine, supplements. I have some friends that are in the fitness industry, and stamina in pool is really big. And I don't think a lot of people that don't play tournaments, they don't understand when you're playing back to back to back and you're on your feet all that time and you're mentally focused all that time, how much energy it gets it to be exhausting. And it really has helped me, because not only you physically fatigued, but because you're concentrating so much, you make mistakes as far as position. It's that 1 inch mistake.
Mental errors.
Oh, it's horrible because you feel like you're right there, and it really is a lot of times because you just don't have that mental focus anymore because your stamina's not there.
Yeah, you're mentally fatigued.
Mm-hmm. So eating right, I mean, you don't want to eat a lot during a tournament. You're eating little here and there, a lot of water. But there's, not every player feels that that's that important. But I can tell you, I think it really is important because the serious players, they do that.
We'll take a look at some of the best men players: Niels, Thorsten, Ralph, Charlie Williams.
Mika.
I mean, they're all Mika.
Yeah.
They're all fitness buffs.
Yep. I remember going to this year's U.S. Open. I'm in the gym, and they're all in there.
Yeah.
Mika, and they're working hard because they definitely feel it makes a difference. It's an edge.
This will be 2-0 Jennifer. She gets it.
Let's see if Sara can bounce back. It's her break.
Sara looks like she shoots real straight,
Yeah.
but there's no substitute for experience. And suggestion to you as a new player: the more tournaments you play, the more comfortable you'll get.
Yeah.
And you'll never, even these guys have been playing 20 years, they're never totally comfortable. But it's like Dennis Arculio said to me once, and he's one of the greatest players in the world. He said, I always have the butterflies in my stomach before a good match.
Yeah.
But I like it. The top players see it as a challenge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's definitely, like I was talking before we went on air, I'm a very cerebral person. I'm a thinker. So sometimes in pool that tends to get in your way. And it really is, and especially the nerves. Like your left brain takes over, and then it's all the negative thoughts, like all the things that could possibly go wrong. That's what you think about. And you have to learn how to shut that off. You can do that in practice and work out all the nuances, but when you're in a match, you just got to let your right brain take over. Easier said than done.
Right. You took the words right out of my mouth. Best players, when they're playing good, it looks like they're practicing.
You want to just bottle that up.
Yeah, watch Bustamante sometimes. He's the best at that. You can't tell the difference between his practice and a match.
No. And he always has a good attitude. He looks like he's having a good time. That's big.
Well, the one thing I like about the Filipino players like Dennis is they see it as a challenge, and Dennis actually enjoys it. He said, I want to see if I can play when I feel that way. He said, I want to see how I play. She pushed out. I don't know if Sara really should take this shot. I mean...
No, there's a big group of balls that she could definitely get that one tangled in, or get the cue behind the two balls on the right. Can't see 8 and a 5, I think. Or a 4.
I think Jennifer rolled it out there just to tempt her to see if she'll take it. I think Jennifer would be happy if she shoots this shot. Look at her. She looks totally content. Let her go ahead and shoot. But she's calling it in the upper right corner. Wow, another good shot.
Sara's definitely a shot maker. I think if she could... You would think with that ability, like I said, when she's trying to get perfect shape on some things, I mean, she can definitely pocket balls, so she doesn't really have to be exactly perfect.
She can roll this 2-ball in. The 3 will go down the rail past the 7. The 4 is going to be the problem. The 4's got no pocket. I mean, she could draw back up and try to bank the 4. She's in good position for this bank shot.
Yeah.
Problem is, look at the 5. She might have to bank that one too. And the cue ball is going to run into the 8 here.
Yeah,
Wow, look at this shot. This is a good shot. Control that cue ball, bring it across the table like that. You know, one thing about this game that we play here, the closer you get to winning, you're also getting closer to losing at the same time.
Yeah.
You can make 9 of the best shots in the world, and if you miss the 10, what have you done?
That's my whole game.
Well, you'll get past that. Wow. That was a pretty impressive stroke she put on that ball. Did she get out there? She did, didn't she?
She did. Like I said, I mean, she's definitely a shot maker. It's just if she plays the whole game.
Once again, Denise, as you get closer to completing the rack, there's more pressure. Uh-oh, look out, look out. Wow, she was lucky. She was lucky there. See, the pressure mounts.
I know yesterday I had ball in hand on the 9 and I bobbled the 10. It went in, but...
Oh, well, you made it. That's
yeah,
good.
but...
Yeah, treat it like it went straight in. Let's see what she does here. You know, somehow I get the feeling that she just can't quite finish this rack. Look at this shot. See, this shot here, all you can do is just roll this ball in.
Yeah.
If you try to do anything with the cue ball here, you're going to miss.
Especially on these pockets.
Yeah.
And watching both men and women play this week, a lot of bobbled balls, a lot of balls that you're trying to force, and then they just don't go. So.
And these two tables play tough.
Yeah. Yeah.
You've got to just roll this ball in, and I think she realizes that. And it's still a hard shot. This is a very hard shot from this distance. You got to hit it perfect.
Wow.
See, she tried to do a lot there, and she actually hit the ball great. Now she's got to bank the 9.
Yeah.
This is where she stumbled the last 2 games, is right at the end of the rack. She's taking a real deep breath there. Some players would play safe here.
Well, she could bank it to the back and put it in the middle.
She could bank the 9 all the way up here to the end
Yeah.
rail.
Yep.
And leave the key. She could, you know, if you leave your opponent end rail to end rail in a situation like this, you become a big favorite. This is where tournament experience comes in.
Yeah.
Yeah, she could make this bank, but there's a better shot.
Well, definitely. I mean, and I know what she's feeling right now because she's a strong shooter. She likes to make balls. I'm the same way, and I'm a good banker. But with the way the tables play and the position that you're in as far as pressure, it's not worth it. And as I'm getting more experience, now I look at it and say, you know what, I should play safe here.
There's a time to be cautious.
Yeah. And a lot of the experienced players, they study your game, and they know that you like those shots, so they'll purposely put you on the rail to see if you're going to bank it.
See what she's done?
Yeah.
It's just what we're talking about. She made
And the
9
diamonds,
balls.
they bank short.
Yeah.
So, that's exactly what she did.
Boy, Jennifer stayed down on that ball a long time.
Yep.
Beginning to make me feel a little nervous for her.
She definitely takes her time.
Sometimes you stay down too long, you freeze up a little bit. Your muscles
Yeah,
freeze up.
I lose my aim spot.
Your what?
My aim spot,
Yeah.
because you start thinking about it, but everybody has that comfort zone. I know. I'll give a tip. I was playing with Darren Appleton, and one of the things I never noticed about my game before was, you in your pre-shot routine, you tend to take a certain number of practice strokes.
Yeah.
But on a tough shot, you tend to take more.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the tips that he gave to me was, you really should take the same amount, whether it's a tough shot or an easy shot, because you're telling your brain it's a tough shot. And if you're telling your brain it's a tough shot, it gives you that much more time to start tightening up.
Pretty good coaching there.
Yeah, then you start to try steering the ball. And so, it's an adjustment, because then I feel like I'm going before I'm ready, but I'm trying to retrain my brain to say they're all the same.
You can do that, though. You can train yourself. Absolutely.
But it's things like that, like I said, when you...
She lost that one.
You have somebody else watch your game and see things that you're not aware of, and you don't know that you do.
There's been a lot of players that I've worked with over the years, and they pick up their head.
Yeah.
You know, it's a very common thing. They raise up on shots, raise up on shots. So the way I coach them, and it's amazing how quickly you can break this habit. I don't care who it is. I tell them for the next half hour, I said, I want you to shoot and just focus on keeping your head down. I don't care if you make the ball or not.
Right.
Make sure every shot you shoot, just think about staying down, staying down, staying down. Do you know if you do that for a half hour, you create a habit, a muscle habit?
I think I'm going to do that.
I'm telling you, a half hour, sometimes not even. Don't worry about making the shot. Just actually be thinking about stay down, stay still, stay down, stay still, and shoot like 50, 60 shots that way, and it becomes natural. I mean, you can train yourself in one day.
And that's one of those things. I remember playing Mike Miller in a Mez tournament, and he's a very solid player, and I was focusing on staying down, and I didn't realize I was picking my head up. I knew my body was down, so after the match, that was the one thing, because I was bobbling a lot of balls, and I couldn't understand it. And I asked him, I'm like, am I jumping up? Like, what am I doing? And he said the exact same thing. He said, you're picking your head up just slightly, but that little bit is causing you to miss the ball.
You're not going through the shot.
No.
That's what happens. You don't go through the shot, and you don't hit it quite as good.
Just like golf, just like baseball, you have to see the contact. And if you're picking your head up, you're not.
You're a right-hander?
Mm-hmm.
Have you done any practice left-handed? Can you shoot left-handed at all?
Minimal.
Well,
But
I'm
yeah.
going to tell you. See, I'll tell you something else that's surprising to a lot of players. Once you learn to shoot pool right-handed, you'll learn twice as fast left-handed. And I've worked with some players that were good players, and I said just 30 to 45 minutes a day, shoot left-handed when you practice. 3 months later, they can make all the regular shots left-handed.
Wow.
All the not the difficult,
Right.
real difficult shots. You know how much stronger that makes your game to be able
Oh,
to shoot?
sure.
Doesn't have to be extraordinary shots, but just those straightforward shots where you can reach them better left-handed.
Yeah. In Houston in March, I was playing. I had an 8-ball up near the top rail, and the 9 was pretty close to it. And my opponent was left-handed, and she played a safe and tapped the 8-ball. And I went up to do the same thing and realized that I couldn't do it because I'm right-handed. It looked so easy when she did it. And so it took me a minute, and I ended up kicking the ball in and making it. But that wasn't my first choice. I was looking for every possible safe, but then where the 9 was, I couldn't get the bridge in the right spot, like everything. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to kick it. I kick it, I make it. I was lucky. But if I had a decent left-handed shot, I
Just
could have just
basic.
done the same thing, yeah.
I mean, just good enough to reach out there left-handed and shoot the 6-ball in, for instance.
Yep.
Makes a difference. And I mean, you can't reach that ball if you're right-handed.
No.
You got to use the bridge.
And that's exactly where the 8-ball was in a little bit, but that's exactly where it was, and I just couldn't get a confident hit on it.
Well, Jennifer now, thanks to that miss on the 5-ball, she should be all right here. I mean, this is not a difficult shot. The problem is going to be that 7-9, and that's what she's looking at already.
Yeah.
Wow.
Ooh.
You know, she was so focused on keeping that angle on the 6-ball. That's what she wanted.
Well, that, plus, again, with the all-ball foul, she may have been a little conscious that she's leaning over that, and she was a little close, so.
Right. She was thinking about things beside.
Yeah.
You know what I always, again, I refer back to, working with players, and I've done a lot of that over the years, is I tell them you must make the ball first. Because if you don't make the ball, your turn's over.
Yeah.
You must make the ball first. And even if you make the ball and don't get perfect position, you're still at the table.
And you're still in control. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. Because
Jinx.
well, that's because I play a lot of 9-ball, and wacky stuff happens, and I get frustrated, and I feel like, like I'm missing a ball, it's right there. They're missing a ball, I'm hooked. But it's because I'm not at the table enough, because I'm doing things extra that I shouldn't be doing instead of just keeping it simple.
Well, I like to remind people of one thing. These balls are inanimate objects, as is the table, as is the cube.
Yeah.
They only do what we direct them to do.
Yeah, physics.
They only do what we direct them to do. They have no mind of their own. And if we tell them the right thing to do, they will cooperate. She's got again, This is Jennifer's looking for some kind of safety here.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to break up this 7-9 because it's in a bad spot.
No, and if she wasn't over top the 6, she might have been comfortable spinning that in. I don't know. I haven't seen her do this shot a lot, but over the 6, it makes it that much harder.
See, if she shoots straight at the 5, it's going to run into that 9.
Yeah.
You think she's trying to hit it real thin here? Or is she trying to cut this ball in?
She looks like she's going for it.
Well, you know what? It's probably worth shooting at. It's okay. See,
Yeah.
that's the kind of shot that if you miss it, more than likely, it's going to come back towards the middle of the table unless it jars and hangs up.
Yeah.
And even if it were to hang up, that's no guarantee that Sara can get out here with that 7-9.
And speed's very important in that shot because if she hit it harder, the cue ball would have came down and might have left Sara a much easier shot.
Sara tried to hide her behind the 9. That's what she was just pointing at
Yeah.
with her cue stick.
Well, and that's one of those things where I think sometimes players don't take enough time to really look exactly where you need to hit that 5. Because if she would have put a little English, she might have been able to spin that cue ball behind there.
That's the kind of shot that you want to play your cue ball.
Yeah.
You're more concerned with the cue ball than you are the object
Yeah, because
ball.
if you tuck that behind there, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. Don't matter where the 5 ball goes. Now, what's Jen? Do you think she has a billiard on the 9? Is that possible?
I don't know.
Well, let's see what she does. She's going to look at this and.
We need the sky cam.
Well, I can always tell a lot by seeing what the player looks at.
Right.
Yeah, see, she's looking at that billiard. That's what she's looking at. She said she touched the ball. Boy, I was very honest there.
Wow.
She called the foul on herself, so this will be ball in hand.
Tough when you're petite.
There you go. Pick that ball up.
Wow. Well, Sara better take advantage of this because if not,
You know, every game that she loses, it gets that much harder to win your first game.
yeah.
You probably know already.
Yeah,
the
I'm
hardest
familiar
games-
with that.
The hardest games in a match to win are the first ones and the
Yeah.
last one. The first game and the last game. And until you've won that first game, you're not over that hurdle.
No.
And she's,
And well, last night I think I was down 4-0, and then I got my first one, and I had a good run out, and I took my break. And one of my friends asked me afterwards, "Well, you just had a good run out. Why ain't you taking your break now?" I'm like, because now I don't want the adrenaline boot. Like, I don't want to do something stupid. I know I'm like, okay, I'm on
Calm
the
down.
board.
You wanna
Let me
calm
calm
down.
myself down. Let me make sure that I'm making the right. And I ended up winning the next 3 in a row and actually made it a match. But
Good
before
for you.
that,
Good
geez.
for you. Well, that's pretty mature thinking right there. Well, this is not going to be too good.
No, she took all that time and.
Well, she doesn't look comfortable at all now since she messed up the first 3 games,
Yeah.
basically giving them all to
Yeah.
Jennifer
Definitely
late in the
frustrating.
game each time. Well, I think she can go behind the 8 and kick into the 7, but
Yeah.
not going to do her a lot of good, is it?
No, and the 9's going to hold the 7 up. Might leave a shot.
See, when I see a player standing at the table at the side like that, just staring,
With the
the
shoulders down.
That's a sign of total uncertainty.
Yeah.
Let's see if she's got some kind of plan here. Just to hit it soft.
It wasn't too bad.
Now, see, I don't think Jennifer will try to bank this ball.
No.
I think she's
She could put
thinking
it.
safety all the way.
Yeah.
Were you going to say put it where?
I'm thinking that she could actually put it on the back rail. Use
The
like a
7
lot.
ball?
Yeah, use a lot of outside English.
And go up table
Yep.
on the cue ball, yeah. Once again, most players are looking to go end rail to end rail if
Mm-hmm.
possible. And if not, they go side to side.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think she said safety. I don't think she's calling a pocket. I don't think she'd
pulled.
want to shoot this cross side. It just doesn't make sense here.
Yeah.
Oh, she called it just in case, but that was a safe. She was trying to get down, hopefully.
She was trying to get on the other side of the 9, I think.
Yeah, that she could use the 10 for a blocker. Meanwhile, this is a very difficult shot from where Sara's at, and she may not be in the best state of mind right now. Yeah, see, she's not as confident as she was the first couple of games. This is a very hard shot. Wow, she hit that ball good. I'll tell you what, I've been impressed with some of her shooting.
She just needs to get through the whole rack.
Yeah, you can't win a rack on one ball. You got to make a bunch of them. It looks like she can just go forward and get to the 9. You got to come all the way down past the 10 ball with the cue ball. Look at this. Look at this. It's like a different player.
Oh, she's lucky she didn't scratch.
She's
It's that overshooting.
she's
She
got a
made
lot.
that beautiful shot on the 7 and then overshot that.
Well, she's got a lot of self-doubt right now.
Yeah.
She's questioning whether or not she can finish a rack. Jennifer just wants to roll this 8 in the side and go up and down the table with speed, and she'll take whatever the table gives her. I mean, ideally, this is a risky shot because even if you make the 8 ball, the cue ball going up and down the table is coming towards this corner pocket, and she knows it too. What she doesn't want to do is give up ball in hand on the 9 and 10 and give a free game.
Yeah, because she has all the momentum right now.
Exactly. Ideally, she'd hit it too soft to come all the way back down table. She hit it. Actually, her speed was excellent.
Yeah.
This is not an easy shot. I mean, she really needs to shoot the 8 up in the corner and draw the cue ball back for the 9. But right now, that's a really tall order. I mean, I think that she knows what she needs to do. The question is, can she execute it? Yeah,
she's taking time.
Is she going to try and go all the way up table and come all the way back down?
That's how she's keeping it.
Well, that's what she tried to do. That won't count. That's coming back up.
Well, Jennifer has the option, but I'm sure she's taking it.
Well, Sara got down for the 9 all right. This is really an example of the difference tournament seasoning and experience makes right here in this match.
Yeah.
Because I think I agree with you. Sara might shoot just as good as Jennifer. Beautiful shot. Beautiful shot.
Good speed.
It's nice when you only got to make 2 or 3 balls to win a game, isn't it?
Makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. Jennifer hasn't had to run any balls yet, and she's about ready to be ahead 4-0.
Yeah.
Sara may have made more balls in this match than her.
I think so.
In fact, I'm pretty sure of it.
But this is where I say her composure and her attention to detail.
Oh, she's got great concentration. She's got great focus, but that's like you were saying, that the the good fitness regime.
Yeah. it makes a difference because she can hold positions longer too. I noticed that last night. There was a position I got in that, again, just because I know I'm in better shape now, I feel so much more comfortable. And then I watched Belinda on a shot, and she was shaking after the shot. And it's a difference.
Yeah, she's a little
And she's a little older. I mean, I know that makes a difference too, but...
That's 4-0 there. You know, it brings up an interesting point, Denise. You ever read these instructional books and they show you how to stand?
Yeah.
You know, it always shows you the perfect stance. You watch a game of pool and you watch how many different stances players have to get
Yeah.
in. There was a great player from back in Pennsylvania that's in the Hall of Fame now, Lou Butera. He's made a statement once. He said, pool is a game of stances and bridges. That means there isn't one set stance and one. Look at all the bridges you have to make. Look at all the stances you have to make. And the best player, watch the Filipinos sometimes, how they can twist and contort their body on the table. These little bitty guys that are stretching way out, left, right, behind their back, left-handed, right-handed.
Yep.
So
it's a perfect example of a lot of times with new players, the first thing that they do if they're real dedicated is get a lot of instructional books. And they're looking at the pictures, and they're, oh, well, you know, Allison Fisher stands like this, or somebody's... And I've been the same thing. Like, I want to be fundamentally sound, so I'm getting this coaching. I'm trying to... Okay. But what I found is you need to be steady. Your bridge needs to be steady. You need to be, if somebody bumps you, you don't move. So however you need to stand and get your head straight. Your head's what needs to be straight. Everything else, you could be twisted upside down, but your head needs to be straight. You need to be over the line. And if you do that right, it doesn't matter. So it really is more your comfort and what you feel good about so that you're only thinking about making that ball.
You know, I've been watching great pool players for 40 years, and I've seen all kinds of different strokes and different stances and different ways of playing. I mean, all different kinds of characteristics. But the one universal the good players have is their body is very still.
Yeah.
They stay very still when they're shooting. The only thing moving is you know what I used to say, elbows and eyeballs. That's all that's moving.
Yeah.
Everything else is still. Nice shot.
But like you said, I mean, even when you were talking about keeping your head down, that's the one thing that people tend to either put in the wrong spot or move. And it makes a big difference. And they're really good players. Like, you watch Jennifer, I mean, she may not make everything, but she really is very still when she shoots. And that's not overnight. I've seen her play the last 5 years because we live pretty close to each other, so I've seen her shoot live a lot. And she's very careful of detail.
You ever seen Mike Davis play?
Uh-huh.
This is this tall, funny, awkward-looking guy. Listen, when the Filipinos first came to this country, and we saw how they stroked the ball with their up and down movements. I mean, Francisco Bustamante more so than almost anybody else. And we thought, how good could these guys play with that stroke? Then we found out because they pulverized all the American players.
Right.
You know?
Good enough.
Better than good enough.
Yeah. And Mike's funny because he's another one that takes care of himself, works out. And we've had this conversation because I do a lot of weights. And there's a fine line. And you have to make sure that you don't lose your touch, because sometimes you overexert and do too much before a match or too close to a match. Then you don't have your touch.
You see now, can you kind of sense it? Jennifer's totally in control. She's 4-0. She's very comfortable and confident right now. I mean, I can see it. She's ready to close out this match.
And Sara looks like she doesn't want to be here.
Yeah.
Even though she does. She's just frustrated.
I mean, Jennifer, it's kind of like she knows she's got her now. She's just got to finish it off. Well, she's not happy about that shot, but that's not all
she's on the wrong side of it. But
yeah. She's going to have to use a lot of inside English here to get down for the 6 ball. But once again, her concentration is very good here. She knows how tough this is.
Yeah.
I think you kind of take what the table gives you, meaning if she can even get to the second diamond over here, it's not that bad.
No, and the 7's out, so.
Yeah. You don't have to get all the way down table. You just got to give yourself a clean shot. Kind of like that.
Yeah.
That's it. And the good thing about this 6-ball shot, you just got to roll it in. You don't have to worry about position. You will have position if you make this ball. See, that's a contrast in these players. Sara would probably be trying to get all the way down table
Yeah.
for that 6. This is another medium soft shot. See, she didn't hit it too hard. This is going to be good. This is going to be real good.
Perfect speed. No, she definitely feels comfortable.
She just kind of breathed a sigh of relief
Yeah.
as she walked around. She knows the hard work is over. The heavy lifting this rack is over.
Yeah, she's funny because you don't see a whole lot of emotion, but she does make little grimaces.
Yeah. Well, I saw her just let out a gulp of air.
Yeah. Well, that's important, too. You forget to breathe.
Yeah. Well, sometimes before a tough shot, it's good to take a deep breath.
Yeah.
Get a little oxygen into your brain.
Yep.
There's a lot of little tricks we learn along the way that help us. Like Werner liked to chew gum. It relaxed him.
Yeah.
She can just roll down slowly, shoot the 6 and the 10, both in the same corner pocket. This is a soft shot. See, she knows.
Yeah.
She knows. She's getting that speed down. This is a pretty smart little player here.
Yeah. And I know she's been working with Hunter as well. She was one of the people that recommended that I start. He's just all about going with your gut and feeling comfortable and listening to yourself.
There's a guy that's improved as much as any male player in the last 3 or 4
Yeah.
years.
Yep.
He's gone from average to very good.
And that was one of the reasons I started talking with him, because I felt like I was talking to too many people at one point.
And you can hear different opinions sometimes.
Yeah, and it's good. I mean, it's not a bad thing, because, you like somebody, like how they break, you like somebody's jump, you like how their position. It's good to talk to people about different things, but for overall mental and just fundamentals, it's probably better just to talk to one person. And he is somebody who really, he's very pleasant to be around, but he holds you accountable.
Yeah, I like Hunter. I always
Very
liked
nice
him.
demeanor.
Sometimes you see a player that you admire who something about their physical dimension stuff, you want to pattern yourself after them.
Yeah.
There's, for all of us, there's players that you say, well, I'd like to play kind of like them. That's not such a bad thing. And yet, you maintain your own style of play.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, if you're just joining us with the Ultimate 10-Ball Tournament, this is Jay Halford, and with me, Denise Reeve, from New
That's
Jersey.
okay.
One of the contestants in the women's tournament. It's a real pleasure to have you here, and I really enjoy our dialogue so far.
It's been a great experience. Even though I was knocked out, I'm learning a lot, and I'm really paying attention on trying to pick up things, because every tournament, every match, whether you're playing or not, just being around it and going through the thought process is helpful.
What I like to say is that learning to be a good pool player is about 50% practice and 50% observation.
Yeah.
I always like to watch good players and see what they do. They make it look so easy, but there's a reason it looks easy. I mean, Jennifer doesn't look like she's really doing a lot, but she's doing all the right things.
Yeah.
We got some great matches coming up at 7. This is, oh wow, look at this on this table right here, Denise. Vivian Villarreal.
Yeah, that's going to be
Karin
fun.
These are winter bracket matches, so these are big matches. These
Two
are
very
winter
different
matches.
styles, too.
Yeah, but two great players.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, the Battle of the Filipinos on the men's table is going to be Alex Pagulayan and Efren Reyes. The great Efren Reyes, the legend, will be playing at 7 o'clock.
That's definitely worth watching. Both matches. Yep.
You know, with the way these ballers are sitting, this double cluster, the cluster of the 3, 8, 9, and also the 4, 5, 10, I think Jennifer's pretty confident that Sara cannot run this rack.
Yeah.
Although, you know, she wanted to make the ball, no question about it. She wanted to make that combination.
So you can just see how much slower Sara's playing now.
She's kind of frozen.
Yeah, because she's in a hole.
Yeah, she's...
You think she's going to try to come around? I can't.
She's got to get down here below. I
Yeah.
just don't see it. She's got to come down below it. She might be able to play the 3-9 combination. She's probably trying to break them up. Yeah, that's what she was trying to do. She wanted. She couldn't reach it.
No.
She just couldn't reach it. I don't think she can even see the edge of this ball. I think she's got a kick at it.
She should have grabbed the bridge.
When you see a player leaning down like that, they're looking for the edge of the ball. I think she's faced with the obstacle of kicking off the end rail into the 3 and just trying to hit
She
it.
just called a 9, so.
Well, just
Yeah.
in case.
Yeah.
Well, she's kind of laughing now because...
She's at that point.
Yeah, right. Like, I don't know what else to do, but she's got to be careful here because she could easily make a bad hit on this ball. Actually, this would be a really good shot if she hits the 3 first. That is not a big ball.
No. And she's got to shorten up the angle because she's got that 4.
She got it. She got it, but she's going to give up a shot on the... well, she kind of got the cue ball up there high enough where now Jennifer's going to have to play safe. Jennifer might be able to come off the left edge of the 3 ball and come all the way down table behind this other cluster of balls. She's got to hit it real thin to do that, though.
Yeah. And the bridge adds a little bit of difficulty. Get in between. Oh.
Well, it looks like the 4 will pass the 5 after she shoots the 3. 7 balls left at the table. 1 tough shot to get from the 4 to the 5.
Just draw it back to the background, make the 4-10 on the side.
There you go. There you go.
Come on, let's see. Or you could go that way.
Well, she got the wrong angle here.
Yeah.
She needed to get out further.
She's shooting very tentative right now. And it's hard to watch like somebody like Sara because she has a big stroke. So when you see that she's not using it,
Big stroke and a good eye.
mm-hmm.
She's probably wondering, how did I fall behind 5-0? How did this all happen to me?
Yeah.
Overhit that ball. Yeah, that's not going. That is not going. Once again, she allows Jennifer Baretta to come to the table.
Pretty wide open.
Wide open. This time with 5 balls on the table. This is
Yeah.
probably the most Jennifer shot at in the match.
Yeah.
You know, this is one of those situations where she might want to hit the point first. Just that point, just to the bottom rail. If you can just catch that point, you got to be very careful. This ball's so deep in the pocket, you could go around it. I don't know if you've ever done that when a ball's buried in the pocket.
Yeah.
You try to go rail first and
Yep.
miss the whole ball. Believe me, we've all done it. She looks like she's drawing off this ball, though.
Those hangers, a lot of people take them for granted. And she hit that great.
Well, it's going to turn out perfect because
Yeah,
she
natural
ran
in
into
the
yeah.
Yeah, the 9 saved her. But
She
I
was
don't-
okay either way, but
I don't think people take enough time to go over and really see exactly where the ball is in the pocket, because there's a lot of different ways to hit it.
When a ball's buried in the pocket like that, it's playing position's very tricky. But like you said, I'll tell you, my experience has been more often than not, the easiest way to play position is to go rail first.
Yeah.
You can control the cue ball a lot better. Jennifer got a little bit more of an angle here than she would have liked. I don't think she can hit it slow. I think she's got to go.
I would just hit it and play the 9 on the side.
Yeah, why not? Go up table. I mean, she can't really hit it slow enough to shoot it up in the corner. Well, that's what she's playing for. You know what? She did it with that inside English. She proved me wrong there.
Well, she's still in the tournament. I'm not.
Yeah, neither am I. I didn't even get in.
Yeah.
Ever notice when you're close to the balls like that, you play position, you just got to move the ball a few inches one way, a few inches another.
Yeah. You know who's really good with that is the Chinese player, Siming Chen.
She's a great player.
She came down to our first JP Newt stop in Maryland. We were playing for a U.S. Open qualifier. And, I mean, the first set, she won 7-1 and looked unhappy. But her cue ball control is just so good and so intimidating that she really just blew through the field. She played Karen Corr for the hot seat, and the first time I think she beat her 7-4. And Karen went through, she played Smiley, beat her 7-0, I believe. Got back into play Siming for the finals. And Siming made Karen Corr look like she never played pool before. And Karen Corr, I mean, we know she's a Hall of Famer. But she looked rattled. And Siming was just
Denise,
perfect.
Denise, I've been in Asia and watched Siming play for the last 2 years.
There you go. And she's what, 19?
She might be 18 or 19.
18 or 19.
I saw her play when she was 16, and I said then, this girl may become the best woman player of all time. And I saw Belucas play in her prime. I want you to know that. I saw Allison Fisher all throughout her career. I've never seen another woman player as impressive as Siming Chen. And I think, and even Kelly Fisher said it. She said first we came over, meaning Allison, Karen, and her. We raised the level of
the
women's
European,
pool.
yeah.
She said now the Chinese are raising the level again.
Oh, it's just, I mean, what was it, 2 years ago in the Regional Tour Championships in Houston, Yuram Cha had come out. And she only came out because she had not played enough tour stops, so she wasn't ranked on the tour and she needed to requalify. So she comes out, and she's another one. I mean, she's making faces because she's an inch off of where she wanted to be. And you're looking at different shots thinking, okay, how would I do this? I'd have to run up the tip. No, she's spinning it, and it's going around the ball, and boop, right there.
These are complete pool players.
Oh, my goodness. And up until a certain point, nobody even got a rack off of her. And then Brianna Miller, who's an up-and-coming, junior national champion, 5 years, whatever it's been. And she, I think she got 3 or 4 games off of her and felt good about it because she was the first one. So.
And as good as, oh, wow, look at this. She just shot that cue ball straight in the pocket. As good as Yuram Cha is, Siming Chen is a better player in my book. Yeah. She's a complete pool player. She can shoot any shot a man can shoot. If you really watch her play, her cue ball control is just marvelous. I don't see any real weaknesses in her game.
No.
Who won her match between her and Gai Yang Kim?
Gai Yang.
She did win.
Now they
travel together.
Yeah, they're rooming together. Yeah, so that's probably her, and that's young and inexperienced too. But I mean, Gai Yang's a great player too, so it's
she's real comfortable playing her.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, Siming may come all the way back in the losers bracket match.
Oh, definitely, she has a very good chance.
She's not out by any means. Meanwhile, The question is Sarah Miller going to get on the board? And right now it doesn't look that way.
No.
It's embarrassing to get shut out. I played in pool tournaments off and on for about 10 years, and sometimes I got in the money. I was, also ran, where if I had a good tournament, I got in the money. And I played in the seniors event and won a few matches. This was about 10 years ago, and was in the money, and my next match was Buddy Hall. I did not shoot an open ball till the score was 7-0, and Buddy beat me 11-0. And the only thing I could say to Buddy after the match is I said, "Thanks for the pool lesson."
Yeah.
One thing, and what makes a player like him such a great player, he was a great player, is that even if he has you 10-0, he plays he's not going to give you any, and he didn't. He played the last games just as tight as he played the first games.
And the good pool players, that's what they do. They have to. You have to put your pedal down. I was talking to Kelly Cavanaugh. She had played Melissa Little in the first round, and Melissa played almost flawless. And Kelly's a good player. And she said, "You know what? I don't feel bad because Melissa played so great." And Melissa went on to beat Kelly Fisher the next round, so played really strong. And then, of course,
in this tournament?
Yes. And then, of course, we saw Kelly come on fire and played Emily and looked like, she definitely was upset that she had lost the match. So she came on fire.
Yeah. This is an extremely strong women's field.
Yeah.
And an extremely strong men's field as well. This is a world-class tournament right here
Oh,
you
definitely.
played in.
I'm glad I got to even be here. And it's fun to be around all these players because I'm learning so much. So I'm honored. I'm really
I want you to
honored.
know something. You're real good on the mic. You're a good commentator. You can do this more anytime you want.
Okay. Open
Yeah.
invite.
Yeah, absolutely. Ray's the man here with Pool Action TV, but, now that people hear you, there's a lot of people watching these shows. We've had as many as 2,000 viewers.
Oh, goodness.
And you're going to get asked again because the powers that be that see these shows, they want to get the good people that can do the job. And you're very comfortable, and you've got a good voice, and you do good explanations and good dialogue.
Thank you. I enjoy it. The first time I did it was at the Regional Tour Championship 2 years ago. And at that time, that was my first.
Where was that?
That was in Houston at Bogey's Billiards.
Did Ming play in that tournament?
Ming Na?
Ming Ing. That's how you pronounce her last name.
I didn't say
NG. NG.
No, I did
She's
not
a
know that.
very good friend
Yes.
of me. She used to be my roommate years ago. We're best friends.
Yes, she played. Eugene Lee did the live stream.
Ming didn't win that one?
No, Uram. Uram
okay.
won.
Oh, yeah, Ming won 3 years ago.
Yeah, I believe Uram played Susan Williams in the finals.
Okay.
And Susan Williams in this tournament here.
Yeah, Ming might have finished like third or fourth, which for her was not a particularly good tournament. Because down in Texas, when she plays, she's usually first or second. Sometimes Vivian beats her.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, this match might be over.
Don't want to jinx her, but it should be. Yeah, she's shooting great.
Well, Sarah would like to pack up and get out of here as quickly as she could. For the match, Jennifer Baretta. And that'll do it.
Nice shooting.
Handshake, and we're all done. Listen, Denise, it's been a pleasure working with you. I hope we get to see you back up here in the commentary booth again. This is Jay Helfert with Ultimate.com saying thank you very much. I should say UltimateTinball.com. Thank you very much. Next match, 7 o'clock. We got a great match coming up. Who we got here? Let's see. I know we got a winner's bracket match at 10. All right. We got matches at 7 and 9:30. We're going to take a break now. We'll see you back in a little while.
Thank you.
Good job, Denise.
Thanks. It was fun.
Yeah, you did good. This was